Hello, people of the earth, and welcome to another vlog. Hey, I'm dancing. Do 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 do. Let's get down to business, shall we? So, there's just a couple of things to discuss in terms of the channel and in terms of last week. Well, technically it's still this week, but it's the end of the weekend, so we'll say last week, because you'll probably be watching it maybe after that. I don't know. This week has not been, or last week I'm supposed to be saying now, was not the best week ever of my life, and it probably showed on the live stream. It didn't show in any of the Let's Plays per se, although I haven't put Zelda out, but I'm probably going to put the vlog out before I put Zelda out. By the way, I have the camera resting on the television, if you're curious, from where I play stuff. So, yeah, and my television is very thin. So, stay up there, Mr. Camera. But I thought it'd be an interesting angle, just to get really... I'm trying a lot of different camera angles, aren't I? I'm very happy with me standing over next to the curtain over there. So, yeah, but the reason I have it next to the screen is for a good reason, because I have info to dish out. So yeah, this week didn't go the best for me. Disaster struck in my kitchen. I had a leak up in my bathroom that was very non-detectable. It started overnight, and then the kitchen that has been affected because my kitchen is directly below the bathroom, so the water that got out from the leaky pipe in the bathroom soaked down into the kitchen. My kitchen was partially flooded, we'll say, before I could do anything about it, because like I said, it was overnight, so I woke up to a flooded kitchen. Wasn't that nice? And then as a result of that, it made the ceiling a bit too so we say soggy, and a small portion of the ceiling for the kitchen has collapsed and fallen down, so I don't have a ceiling to my kitchen, or at least part of it doesn't have a ceiling, and I can see the floorboards up to the second floor, to the first floor I should say, or whatever, to the next floor up, the one up there. So that was a disaster, so I'm worried about that and everything. But don't you concern that with not that you are going to be concerned, but I'm just telling you things on my end. So yeah, and the live stream didn't really help matters, because it was being a pain in the butt, but that's because I'm no good at horror games, as documented, and Watch Dogs suddenly took a turn for the worst. On that news though, I had to come back to the final mission because it wouldn't let me actually quit out of that final mission, which is why it gave me the warning on the final mission, you know, are you sure? Do you want to do this now? Because you won't be able to play the rest of the game unless you finish it. So I had to finish, unfortunately, the final mission, because I did eventually, obviously, because I was less enraged from everything, because nothing was going my way that week. But I finished that, but I can replay the mission. I can either record it, because it didn't actually take that much effort, and it was kind of fun at the end. I'm playing as Wrench. I mean, it's got to be good enough, even though he's only like a small portion of it, but hey, that was good enough. But yeah, I found the answers on how to beat the final mission. So I've beaten officially Watch Dogs 2, that's over, but it won't be over for the live streams. I will still continue to do stuff, because I am aiming to 100% complete that, and also there's fun to be had elsewhere with the game and stuff, with additional content or whatever. So that game won't be completely ending for the live streams. But on that front of live streams, I'm actually going to do one on Tuesday. The reason for that is we are not going to get another live stream for the next month. So all the way through March. If you guys aren't familiar with what I do on the channel here, every March I go back in time. I take this channel back in time to if we were playing games in the early 90s, late 80s, and I play games from as I like to call it, the retro years. And the theme of the month is called March of the Retros. But this will be the third alliteration of it. So this will be the third one I've ever done, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, but going back to the live stream before I go into details of that. So the live stream on Tuesday will be a regular start time of 7:30 in the UK and 2:30 in the eastern coast, eastern whatever part of America you got over there that's in the east. You and your time schedules over there. So yeah, and I'll and now what I can do is an option. At the moment I'm set on just recording Watch Dogs, but I can play the final mission for you guys again, quite happily this time, instead of going when I do that stream, if you want me to. But that's optional. If you don't say so, then I won't do it. But other than that, I did miss playing Rocket League when I was supposed to, because I was feeling absolutely dead that week. So I'm going to be playing a lovely 3 hours of Rocket League. Unless you want me to play a bit of Watch Dogs, then I'll do a bit of both. But not Resident Evil. I'm going to take a break from that, I feel like. And just review stuff and clear my head. Because I'm playing that every week and it's starting to drag, and I know, don't worry, I'm aware of how bad I'm getting at it, because we're starting to move into the later stage of the game, and that's when I really start to blow at Resident Evil games. Hey! As if I wasn't blowing before, but now it's showing even more. But the game wasn't really helping me much, and like I said, my mind was elsewhere because of disaster. So that really, everything just accumulated there, and I just exploded. And I was hoping Watch Dogs was going to be the relief, but it didn't end up being the relief. Everything likes to happen at once with me. But yeah, that's all going to be sorted out. So that's Tuesday, 7:30 in the UK, usual time for a live stream, just on a Tuesday, and that'll be the last one I do until April. And then, of course, we'll move it back into a Friday schedule. Because I have no retro games to play on the PlayStation 4. It's kind of not a retro-y kind of system. Yeah, so moving on from that. So yeah, let me know if you want me to do Watch Dogs, because otherwise I won't bother, and I'll just play Rocket League. Yay. I still love that game, even after 11 months. It's good. So yeah, March the Retros 3, I may as well make this the final subject, because that's all I've got to talk about. So if you want to be surprised about what I'm going to play throughout March the Retros, then don't watch the rest of this video, no, or watch it, and just forget about what I said. You can do that, maybe. But no, right, so the game's coming up. What I'm going to do is, the first March of the Retros, I practically played a game every day, and it was a new game every day, apart from, I think I played like a regular interval of games on the weekend. And in the last March of the Retros, I didn't think I actually played as much as I should have. I just played, I think it was 4 main titles, wasn't it? It was like Zelda and I was playing Toe Jam and Earl and something else I've forgotten, but yeah, that's my memory. Yay. But yeah, so this month is going to take a different format, as in I'm going to upload a game every 2 days. So we're going to get 16 classic titles out of next month, starting from the 1st all the way to the 31st of March, because that'll be the last game that I upload on that day. So I have the list here of the 16 titles that I have selected. Most of them are on the Mega Drive or the Genesis, the Sega Genesis or the Sega Mega Drive, whatever you want to call it. But hey, that was the console that I owned mostly as a kid, and that I mostly enjoyed as a kid. So I'm going to be playing that mostly. But I have 2 titles that weren't on it, so yay. But otherwise, most of you may remember these, or you might not, and we can appreciate them for what they are, because hey, if it wasn't for these games, we wouldn't be sitting here in this situation right now with me playing current day games. So always pay my respects, so I thought I'd devote a whole month to it. That's what I decided 3 years ago, and that's what I'm sticking to. So anyway, the list, Ackie, could you please attend to it, because you've been looking at it now for what seems like the last century. Right, so I put them all in alphabetical order. So here they are. And if you don't know what they are, then hey, it's going to be a surprise and you can speculate what they're going to be about. Or if you know them, you can go, hey, he's going to be playing that, I'm looking forward to it. Most likely the order that I give you them in will be the order that I actually play them in, so every 2 days that one will come out. So you know. Right, so the order is, starting from A to Z, that's alphabetical order. Afterburner. Hey. It might be Afterburner 2, that's the ROM I downloaded, but they're pretty much similar. There's no variation between them, I don't think. So it's either going to be Afterburner 1 or 2. Alex Kidd. Remember that? We'll be finding out why Sonic replaced him. Bob, a game called Bob, or B.O.B. It's whatever, you know, initials or whatever. California Games. Does anyone remember California Games? Nope. Okay. Cannon Fodder, which is a good classic. Empire of Steel, which I actually haven't played very much, but I remember it being very good for the time that I did. Some of these games, I should say, I haven't actually played at all. And some of them I played very vaguely and want to come back to them just to see what they were about, and some of them I'm very familiar with, but most of them I'm very familiar with. So yeah, Empire of Steel, not very familiar with. So is Bob, or B.O.B., but the rest so far I'm familiar with. Maybe Alex Kidd I'm a bit vague on, because I wasn't that interested, but I have played some of the games. After Empire of Steel we got Flashback. That's a classic, I know for a fact, and I actually quite like that game despite how, shall we say, slow-paced it is. But it's kind of interesting on the game mechanics and everything. So yeah, Ackieforest 2, which is a personal favourite of mine. It's not maybe on my top 20 list, but it's of favourite games, but it's up there. I remember it being very fun. Golden Axe. Everyone's going to remember Golden Axe. I'm surprised I haven't played that yet, because that was kind of iconic. That was going up against the direct competition of Streets of Rage. So that was that kind of game. Jungle Strike, which was a game as a kid that I never really picked up, and that was definitely an adult's game. You wanna give a kid an adult's game? Don't give him Call of Duty. Give him fucking Jungle Strike. So I'll be playing that, seeing if I can get any better at it, being an adult now, because the only time I've played it is as a kid. Lemmings is another game which I know is a big classic, so I'm going to be playing that. Megalomania, not sure if that's going to be a very popular one, or well-known one, but it's kind of sort of an RTS, real-time strategy, which is the kind of genre of which I actually miss playing. Because I kind of like that micromanagement stuff. So Megalomania, which is you know, a very primitive RTS, but an RTS nonetheless. Outrun, which I know is a classic, especially an arcade classic. Everyone loves Outrun, right? It's a fucking racing game. Yeah. And I know it's a racing game, and I said racing games don't work as Let's Plays, but this one will. Trust me. And then the final three, we've got Super Mario Kart. Oh, the classic. I've got to play the original, haven't I? And Super Mario World. Hooray! The actual one from the SNES, not on Super Mario Maker or whatever, even though I don't mind that. Because that's always interesting, and that will come back eventually, trust me. Just got to wait for a gap. Because that's going to be taking up another 50 parts, no doubt. And the final game for March of the Retros is Vector Man, which I think is kind of like popular, but it's also unpopular. It's kind of, people are either they really love it or they really hate it, but I know it's popular. But, you know, for me, I'm mixed. I mean, it's just a meh game for me, but I'll enjoy it nonetheless because it's fun, and that's The whole basis of how I play my games and how I judge them is if they're fun. So yeah, Vector Man's fun. And most of these games are definitely fun in their own right. But you'll find out how fun they are when I come to play them in March of the Retros, number 3. So yes, just to recap, Afterburner, Alex Kidd, B.O.B., California Games, Cannon Fodder, Empire of Steel, Flashback, Ackieforest 2, Golden Axe, Jungle Strike, Lemmings, Megalomania, Outrun, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, and Victor Man. That is the bunch of games that you're getting as one-offs. Keep in mind, I'm not playing all of these as a series, namely because most of them won't actually last as long as a series. So, yeah, just they're either going to be half an hour or hour-long blasts, and they'll come every 2 days. So yeah, live stream on Tuesday. Don't forget that 7:30. I'll be playing. If you say to me if you want to see the last mission and me doing a bit of messing around on Watch Dogs, then I'll play Watch Dogs 2. Otherwise, I'll just be playing 3 hours of Rocket League, which I'm so looking forward to. And I may be actually for Rocket League be playing the. Because someone came along and said, when are you going to play the ranked ones or whatever they're called, you know, when you kick into the actual game rather than just going in there to be a nonce. And I said I wasn't that 100% confident, but who knows, if I play it for the full 3 hours, we'll have the first hour and a half of me just being an idiot, and then the second hour and a half I can be playing that the more serious earning my rankings kind of mode, which I haven't touched on yet, but I don't want to touch on it. But who knows, anything could happen, as I like to say. So yeah, that's it. And hopefully my troubles of kitchen troubles will go away. I think there's no more damage that can be done out there. So we're all fine. In fact, hang on a minute, I'm going to go and take us there. Let's go on a little magical journey. Yeah, look, I've got it. I've got all the information. There it is on the screen there on my computer. Let's go for a little walk through. Whoa, I just tripped on a wire. Sorry. Let's go for a little walk through Akkie's house in the dark. Let's turn a light on. Yeah, look, this is what happened to my kitchen. Oh, look at this fantastic, epic big hole in this piece of. Look, there's the ceiling. I put it down here. You can't see it very well there. Hang on. Get a little magical tour of my house when it's in ruins, but never when it's intact, it seems. But yeah, there it is. There's the magical hole up into my floorboards. Yeah, it's a lovely visual. Oh well, there you go. Anyway, that's the end of this vlog. Hooray! Oh, look at all the wildlife crawling around in there. No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing in there. It's just web and possibly the dead spider or two. So yeah, turn the camera back around in my face. Hello. Yeah. Well, focus, you weirdo. Okay, right. So kind of hard when looking at a camera to walk through my house, but there we go. Look, here's the curtain. We can go back to the curtain. Ta-da! Here's the curtain. Say hi, curtain. Hello. Now I'm just being a muffin head. I'm not really informing you about anything. But hey, at least this puts a nice timestamp on when I did it, because of ceiling problems. I can look back at this video and go, oh yeah, I remember when I did that. Oh god, that was a heck of a week. So that'll be a nice icebreaker for parties. Anyway, I'm going. I'm going to thank everyone for watching and wasting your time, whatever. Like I always do. Yeah. Just kidding. Unless I am, of course, then sorry. I can't give you your time back. But anyway, I will see you however and whenever. Good day and goodbye. And Zelda is yet to be uploaded. I'm about to go and sort that out. Well, I'm about to go and upload this, honestly, but I'll go and sort it out after then. Hooray. Goodbye. And I'll see you on Tuesday, maybe, for a Rocket League and maybe Watch Dogs 2. I'm going to shut up. Enjoy much of the retros as it comes. Bye.